Hey, what's up everyone? This is David again of Vambora, and I just want to share a quick video tonight on how we ended up with the final version of the Merlion fight shorts. So again, this is the final version, and it's the front, this is the side design, this is the Merlion art design, and yeah, it's how it goes. Okay, like I mentioned a couple of times in the email and Facebook group, this took quite a lot of trial and error to get it right, and at least to get it the way I want it to be. Partly because, well, they're not really that simple to make unless you just want to use the template of a bigger company, like Venom or Hayabusa or whatever. And yeah, you can see that some of the design aspect of this has elements of Jacko, for example, and things like that, but they're really quite different. But we'll get to that in a couple of minutes. The original design was focused more on like a Singapore flag theme. The original idea was pretty simple. It was just red and white with the Merlion on it and heavy branding. So this was the first iteration that came from a different factory actually. So as you can see, it has the standard. This is how it looks like from the front. This is how it looks like on the spine side. And of course the Merlion side. Okay, so the original one, this is the first draft, so to speak. As you can see, the design is pretty simple. The prints are not very good. I mean, it's okay. It's up to par to most offerings out there, but I didn't like it that much. It fits well, especially with the fabric here in the crotch, which essentially is the same as what I use for the entire shorts. So this fabric is a lot thicker. While it's okay, it tends to be kind of warm and gets kind of sticky after you start sweating. So as you can see, the Velcro isn't really up to par. And yeah, the good thing about this one is it had a rubber strip around it to keep it comfortable and tight, but I found that once you get sweaty, it starts to slip, and so this was the first one that we kind of rejected. And as you can see, the printing isn't very good, the stitchings aren't exactly impressive. So yeah, despite the fact that these were cheaper to make and easier to make, actually, ended up not using this vendor, and I scrapped this first design. This was essentially the first draft of the design that we had. Okay, so yeah, as you can see, it still says performance wear inside the figure. Right, so moving on to the current factory that we ended up working with. We kind of carried over this design, kind of carried over this theme, but started implementing the stuff that didn't work out with this technical features and things like that. So we ended up with this. Okay, so as you can see, it's kind of similar to the final one, but there are some differences. First of all, of course, as you can see, it still retains the red or plain red-white design. Okay, so it's really pretty simple. And then but this one has a lot better stitching, a lot better quality, and the fabric is already kind of soft. But not as soft as the final one. The original one was supposed to have this. This is supposed to be a groin cup holder, a groin protector holder. I thought it was a great idea to have. I saw some other companies tried having this. The problem was, after sticking the cup in, it doesn't really stay in place that well, and for any guy who have experienced being squashed by a misplaced cup, that's not a good thing. So I kind of didn't like that part of it. And the second part was the fact that this is pretty much a closed waist system because of the cup holder. Okay, that means when you pop this open, the groin cup holder keeps both sides in place. So there's no way for you to really stretch beyond probably 3 or 4 cm around it, which means that sizing wise, where if you only have less than an inch of play between sizes, and also the thing is, if you take a look at the cut, even if your waist is, let's say for example 32, but your hips are naturally wider, which is like 35, 34, you're not going to get this beyond your hips. Even if it fits the waist, if you pull it up, it's not going to get past your hips. So it doesn't really work out that well. We thought about the factory person that I was speaking to, thought about changing this into some sort of an elastic or something like that to make it work, but it just wasn't worth it. And the fact that we could have women purchasing these shorts, and this will kind of be pointless for them as well. It's just a waste of fabric, and it's just going to flap around. It's just going to annoy people. But yeah, so that's how we kind of work this out. And yeah, you can see the cup holder. The mouth guard holder was a lot smaller before, and it also had some. I didn't like the fact that the logo gets cut, not because of any selfish reason. It just doesn't look good when it's split open like this. So this is like the second version. And then the third version that we received, which pretty much was the final sample before we went into production. Let me check if I have it. Nope, it's still in the washers, but it's essentially what we have in the final version. Just very, very minor changes. One would be the sublimation print. We kind of changed this a bit because the old one kind of washes off really easily. And that's purely cosmetic, to be honest. The other thing that we kind of changed was, of course, from this design, the simple red-white one, change it to a much cooler, and I think it looks better. Spent quite a lot of time designing and creating this. I think it's a little bit more subtle, and it's a little bit more classy instead of bam, red and white. This one is a lot less in your face in terms of branding, and of course there's a tiny Singapore flag here. I feel that everything is just more integrated this way. The final version is, again, it's pretty close to this one. It has all these features integrated. We made some fabric changes. Nothing major. It's just for durability and stitching improvement purposes. The tiny details that we changed from the final sample to this final production include um, the, the sample that I have, the one I'm wearing most of the time, has the mouth guard holder here in this part. The problem with that is with the white stitching, it kind of makes it look dirty because you have some white lines around here. So we moved it towards the white side, which of course makes it look a lot cleaner. And we adjusted the mouth guard holder to fit an ATM/credit card as well. So you can put your card and EasyLink and some cash in it if you really have to. And then we also change a little bit of the Velcro type. We wanted a tighter, dense hook and loop system that doesn't break. We changed the thread, what do you call this? The drawstring as well, so it doesn't fray as much. Despite the fact that you probably would be sticking it in between the lock system. So yeah, there we go. And we also reduced the length of the zip fly compartment. I just don't think you really need to for it to go all the way down. It kind of gives you more play and flexibility in the middle part. Yeah, so that's how it is. This is the final version. It's currently for sale for 79 Singapore dollars, and again, you can use the discount code if you sign up to our mailing list. Just go to our Facebook page or the website, fill up your email. You should get a new discount code every single month. And yeah, so there you go. So these are the shorts. This is the final one, the evolution of everything. So we got the first one. And progress to the second one. And finally we have the final production version. So there. Again, it has an overflap securing system, so the Velcro and stuff doesn't bother you at all. It's very, very soft. It's actually kind of like foamy. It's kind of like neoprene actually, but it really isn't. Drawstring system with double loops. Yeah, there you go. High stretch fabric, really comfortable, really kind of unique as well, and hope you like it. Go to VamboraBJJ.com if you want a pair. And there you go. Thanks a lot, and have a good night. Ciao.